Africa, my family, my people, hear me now, for these words are not mine alone. They are the cry of a continent, my people, my comrades in this long, righteous struggle. Today, I do not speak with fear. I do not speak with hesitation. I speak with a flame in my chest and iron in my throat. I speak with the weight of our ancestors at my back and the future of our children in my hands. They believe they can silence us. They believe they can frighten us. They believe a piece of paper, an international warrant, can bend a continent to its knees. Hear me clearly. Interpol can scribble whatever decree it wishes, but Africa does not kneel to Interpol. We do not bow to France. We do not bow to the United States. We do not bow to Brussels or its committees. We bow only to God, to our people, and to the truth written in the red earth of this continent. Let there be no confusion. This warrant is not justice. It is not law. It is not peace. It is a weapon, forged in the same furnaces where they cast chains for slavery, stamped in the same offices where they legalized colonization, inked with the same greed that emptied our minds and flooded their banks. It is the last tool of men watching their empire crack. It is the last trick of hands that once robbed Africa blind and now tremble as Africa rises. They call me a danger. They say I destabilize their order. I ask them, whose order? Whose peace? Whose law? Was it Africa that shipped Europeans in chains across oceans? Was it Africa that carved borders with bayonets and greed? Was it Africa that toppled governments, bombed villages, and turned whole regions into ashes? No, it was their world of suits and speeches, their civilization fattened on the blood of others. And now, because one African soldier says enough, they whistle for Interpol like a hunting dog. So hear me, Interpol. You are not neutral. You are not blind justice. You are the long arm of cowards who cannot win an argument in the daylight, so they hide behind red notices, forms, and stamps. You made a mistake. You think revolutions can be arrested. You think a document can shackle a people who already shattered the chains of empire. Your paper is an insult, and like every insult hurled at Africa, it will make us stronger. Donald Trump, Emmanuel Macron, the grey clerks of Brussels, I am speaking to you. You threaten us because of our gold, our uranium, our oil, our fertile lands, our oceans, our skies. You want Africa frozen as a quarry, raw materials out, poverty in. You wrap your greed in slogans, democracy, human rights, security. But your history testifies against you. You bless dictators who open their countries like vaults. You curse patriots who defend their people like lions. You fund wars when war fattens your companies, then preach peace from podiums polished with blood. And now, because we declare that Africa will own her destiny, you send Interpol to fetch a caller. Listen well, I am not afraid. Africa is not afraid. You can promise prison. You can whisper exile. You can threaten death. But you cannot break the will of millions who have awakened and refused to sleep again. The youth of Africa have risen. The workers have risen. The farmers have risen. They have said, no more humiliation. No more puppeteers. No more foreign strings tangled in African throats. Why did your warrant backfire the moment the ink dried? Because it tore the mask from your international system. It revealed control dressed as law, coercion disguised as order. Those who doubted now see clearly. This is not about Ibrahim Traoré. This is about every African who refuses to sell a nation's veins for scraps, who refuses to kneel before Paris or Washington. I am only a voice, but behind me stands a generation sworn to never again. Call me rebel, call me dictator. Call me criminal. Your words are badges I inherit from giants. Lumumba, called dangerous. Sankara, called dangerous. Mandela, called terrorist. Nkrumah, called threat. If that is the company, I wear it with pride. Understand this. What terrifies you is not my name. It is our unity. You tremble at the sentence. Our gold remains in Africa. Our uranium lights African homes. Our oil fuels African industry. Our land feeds African children. You fear the end of a parasitic luxury that dines in Paris, while villages starve in the Sahel. You fear a continent that answers orders with silence and answers theft with law. That is your fear. That is why you hide behind warrants and acronyms. But your time is closing. We have measured it, day by day, mine by mine, field by field. And when the hour strikes, the world will not watch an African bow. It will watch an empire fall. They fear a continent that refuses to be robbed blind. They fear a continent that no longer takes orders from Paris, from London, from Brussels, from Washington. That is their nightmare. And that is why they hide behind Interpol like cowards hiding behind a curtain. Macron, you dare to preach liberty, equality, fraternity, yet your hands drip with African blood. You sit in your palace in Paris, surrounded by wealth looted from Niger's uranium, from Mali's gold, from Burkina Faso's sweat and sacrifice. And you think a warrant will make us crawl back to you? No, Macron. France is finished in Africa. Your arrogance has expired. Your time is over. Trump, you shout, make America great again. But tell me, was America ever great for Africans? Was it great when millions of our ancestors were shackled on plantations? Was it great when our resources built your skyscrapers while our people bled? Your greatness is built on theft, on exploitation, on endless wars, and we are no longer afraid of you. European Union, hiding behind endless committees, false diplomacy, and fake morality. You pose as guardians of justice, but the world sees your hypocrisy. You welcome dictators who kneel before you. You applaud stolen elections that keep your puppets in power. But the moment an African leader declares, "Our resources belong to us," you brand him a criminal. You issue warrants. You plot coups. You spread propaganda. This is your justice. This is your democracy. But hear me well. Whatever you do, Africa will rise. If I fall tomorrow, another will rise in my place. If you jail me, your prisons cannot cage a revolution. If you kill me, my blood will water the tree of African freedom until it grows unshakable. This is bigger than Ibrahim Traoré. This is about the soul of Africa itself. And I swear before God and before history, not me, not one African will ever bow. We will not sell our minerals. We will not sell our sovereignty. We will not sell our dignity. Take your contracts, your bribes, your threats, and bury them where they belong. Africa is not your mine. Africa is not your farm. Africa is not your playground. Africa is the land of free people, and free people will never be enslaved again. Look at what you have done. You tried to divide us, brother against brother, tribe against tribe, region against region. You told us survival meant servitude, that our only hope was to accept crumbs, to wave your flags while we starved. But our eyes are open now. We see you clearly. We are not here to be your servants. We are here to be masters of our own destiny. Interpol, you think your red stamps can frighten us. You think your notices bind our consciences. But Africa's conscience is not for sale. It is not a commodity. It cannot be bought with signatures and seals. Your papers are weak. Your threats are hollow. You can chase me across the world, but you cannot chase truth out of African hearts. And let this be a warning to African leaders who still bow, who still hesitate, who still compromise. Your time is finished. The era of puppets has ended. We are reclaiming our land. We are reclaiming our minerals. We are reclaiming our history. We are reclaiming our dignity. You may sit in your offices signing contracts written abroad, but history will remember. It will remember those who stood, and it will remember those who bowed. I will not bow. I am not alone. The people will not bow. The youth will not bow. Even the earth itself will not bow to your greed. You threaten us with sanctions. You threaten us with isolation. You smear our names with lies. You call me criminal, rogue, rebel. But let me tell you, the only criminals are those who plundered Africa, colonized Africa, enslaved Africa, and turned our land into their playground. Every warrant you issue, every threat you make only unmasks your corruption and your cowardice. You tremble because we are awake. And when Africa awakens, the world itself will tremble. Trump, you build walls. You build empires. You build illusions of greatness. But you cannot build a wall around the African spirit. You cannot buy loyalty with money stolen from the sweat of African children. You cannot threaten a people who have survived centuries of slavery, colonization, and dictatorship. Africa remembers. Africa never forgets, and Africa will rise. Macron, you parade as a man of progress, a civilized statesman. But let us speak plainly. You are a thief, a colonizer in spirit if not in uniform. You talk of partnership, of aid, of cooperation. But your real agenda is control, theft, exploitation. You hide behind Interpol because you no longer dare to face Africa directly. But you are too late. Africa is moving. Africa is rising. Africa is reclaiming what is hers. European Union, you speak of rules, of morality, but you fund coups. You support dictators. You silence freedom. You believe paper chains can restrain a continent that has already broken iron chains. You are wrong. You are blinded by greed and arrogance. We are not weak. We are not broken. We are awake, we are determined, and we will never obey your orders again. Interpol, listen carefully. Your name no longer means justice, it means oppression, it means empire in disguise. You are the servant of Paris, of Washington, of Brussels, but your fear cannot stop us. Your papers cannot stop us. Your threats cannot stop us. We will not sell our minerals. We will not sell our sovereignty. We will not sell our dignity. Africa will be free. Africa will own her wealth. Africa will command her destiny. We are finished being silent. We are finished being obedient. We are finished letting foreigners define who we are. Let every African hear me. This is your fight as much as mine. The future of our children rests on the courage we show today. We cannot allow a handful of powers to keep growing fat on our labor while our people starve. We cannot allow them to decide our destiny while we bury our dreams. Africa's day has come, and no empire, no Interpol, no Macron, no Trump can stop it. We will not allow their banks, their corporations, or their governments to dictate what is right for us. That era is finished. The time has come to reclaim Africa, not tomorrow, not in the future, but now. And I, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, will carry that banner. I will lead that charge. To those who doubt, to those who whisper that Africa cannot stand against the West, I say, look back. Look at our history. Look at the courage of our ancestors. Look at the heroes who spilled their blood so we could breathe free. Do you think we will betray Lumumba for fear of Interpol? Do you think we will betray Sankara for fear of Macron? Do you think we will betray Mandela for fear of Trump? Do you think we will betray Nkrumah for fear of the European Union? No, 1,000 times no. We honor them by standing tall. We honor them by refusing to bow. We honor them by reclaiming what is ours. And let me speak about fear itself. Fear is their oldest weapon. Fear is the whip they used in slavery. Fear is the chain they used in colonization. Fear is the silence they tried to plant in our throats. But hear me, fear has no power over those who know who they are. I do not fear arrest. I do not fear threats. I do not fear violence. The only thing I fear is betrayal. Betrayal of my people. Compromise of our dignity. The loss of Africa's freedom. And as long as I breathe, I will never betray. As long as I lead, we will never yield. Interpol, this is your moment of shame. Your warrant is not a victory. It is a confession. A confession that the West cannot win in Africa through dialogue. A confession that they cannot win through respect. A confession that they cannot win through cooperation. They can only win through intimidation, through coercion, through fake justice dressed up in bureaucracy. But we are immune. Immune to your paper chains. Immune to your lies. Immune to your fear. Let the whole world see this clearly. We are not subjects. We are not servants. We will not be intimidated by red notices or legal threats. Africa will not kneel. Africa will not compromise. Africa will not surrender. We will defend our people. We will defend our land. We will defend our future by every means available. And let every foreign leader hear me. Your threats are meaningless. Your words are empty. Your power is temporary. Africa is eternal. Africa is rising. A call to the people. To my fellow Africans I say, do not fear. Stand with me. Stand with your brothers and sisters. Stand with your children. Yes, they will try to intimidate us. Yes, they will try to divide us. Yes, they will try to distract us, but we are awake. We are determined. We are unstoppable. We will own our resources. We will control our destiny. We will lead Africa to greatness. And to the Western powers watching in their palaces and boardrooms, know this. I will not back down. I will not submit. I will not betray my people. Not me. Not a single African. We are awake. We are strong. We are free. You may silence one voice, but you cannot silence the voice of 1 billion Africans. You may break one body, but you cannot break the African spirit. You may try to steal the future, but the future of Africa is not yours to take. We will reclaim what is ours. We will build what is ours. We will protect what is ours. And never again will foreign powers dictate our destiny. Let this arrest warrant be remembered, not as a mark of weakness, but as a mark of awakening. A declaration that Africa has risen. A signal that foreign domination is over. I stand today proud, unyielding, defiant, and filled with hope. The warrant has failed, because Africa has already won. Ink on paper cannot defeat the will of a people. Threats cannot silence the courage of millions. And plans hatched in foreign capitals cannot rewrite Africa's destiny. So hear me well, Macron. Hear me well, Trump. Hear me well, Brussels. Hear me well, Interpol. Your intimidation is futile. Your empire is crumbling. Your threats are empty. And Africa is rising. We are not afraid. We are not weak. We are not subjects. We will not bow. We will lead. We will defend. We will rise. We will own our land. We will own our resources. We will own our destiny. And no empire, no warrant, no threat can ever take that from us. Not me. Not a single African. We are free. We are strong. And we will remain so forever.